everyone. Let's talk about cost reports and what are they used for. So essentially, cost reports are used by quantity surveyors to monitor and control the budget. On most projects, this is usually done on a monthly basis. The bottom line that you are trying to answer from the cost report is that, am I still on budget? If I am not, how much have I exceeded it by? Where do I see the final contract value being? And if the project is meant to make a profit, what are the effects on the profit anticipated for the project? So, depending on who you're working for, if you're working for a developer or for a contractor, you will do it differently because you are now monitoring different things. So, let's say, for example, you are working for a contractor. A contractor, when they tender, they put in a price, which is now their tender price, right? And what they then do is that once the project has started and they start buying and they're actually doing the work on site, then monthly they want to monitor against the tender price and what they are actually spending. And then what this does, it gives them the information to know that, are we still on budget? Is our tender price correct? Where there is variances, where are these variances coming from? And you are also then able to observe your trends, right? This then gives you a picture of where do you see this project ending up? Is there any wastage that you need to be aware of? Or is there any theft that you need to be aware of? As you put together the numbers and you are comparing the allowable is your tender price versus your actual cost, and you compare these two, and then that then gives you the difference on whether you are making a profit or a loss, or if you are exactly on budget. And you are then also able to forecast towards the end to say, this is what I see the final contract value of this project being, and this is now the anticipated profit on the job. So then you also put in your variations, right? The variations is what then affects your contract value, right? But whoever is reading the cost report, at the end of the day, what they want to see is, this was my tender price. Is it increasing? Is it staying the same? Or is it below, right? This was my profit. Is it exactly as I thought it would be? Is it becoming better, or is it becoming less, right? And then they are also then interested in the trends. And depending on your employer, they might also then want to be able to see different information, okay? They also may use it as a budgeting tool for every month to be able to see, this is the money that is coming in, this is the liabilities that they have for the month, right? Those are all different ways that the employer may want to see. But the bottom end of the cost report is contract value versus anticipated final contract value versus anticipated final tender profit. Then they may also want to see the program days. Are we still on program, or are we running early, or we are running behind? And then once you start working for the developer, what the developer wants to see is that, this is now my budget. Am I still on budget or not, right? Are there any variations coming in? So let's say, for example, that your project is 100 million, and then they get to site, they start digging, they find a big rock, right? The engineer then comes up with a solution to say, this is how we are going to handle this rock. The solution that is being proposed is coming with a cost, right? So the cost comes in at 10 million rand. Your contract value is now no longer 100 million. It is now 110 million. And the developer then needs to know that there's extra 10 million. Where is it coming from? Are we taking it out from a contingency? Do I need to go source extra funding, etc., etc.? Then they use that tool to be able to see, where is this project exactly going? And if they are doing the project for profit reasons, then they're able to say, okay, is this project still being profitable or not? What can we then do to try and mitigate our risk. So the cost report can then also be used as a risk mitigation measure for both the contractor or the developer or whoever your employer is. And that is the cost report in a summary, right? So the details of it can be very complex depending on how big the project is. The bigger the project, the more complex the cost report may be. And you would have to learn the document that the employer wants you to present for it in their cost report format, and what information they want to see and what is not required. But at the end of the day, that is the question that you are trying to answer.